Hello and welcome, I'm Chris Hall and this is my Reviewers Resolutions video. Slight air of apprehension in my voice when I say that because I've never done anything quite like this before. It is a new, novel, genius, innovative thing which, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't think of it. I borrowed, I've requisitioned the idea from somebody else to see that original video. There's a link probably somewhere around here maybe. I don't honestly know because I've not edited this yet, but there's probably an annotation somewhere in my vicinity, or alternatively in the description box below in whichever web zone it is that you're watching this on. Now I've decided to pick 3 areas to improve upon, 3 areas which I'll discuss starting now! Okay, so the first area of improvement for me in my Reviewers Resolution is to do more frequently. At the moment with my little film reviews, I'm lucky if I can get one out once a month, which, considering how long it actually takes to do them, isn't really good enough. It can usually take me about 3-4 days to properly edit up a video, probably about 4-5 hours to write the review, and of course the films themselves are never more than 90 minutes, so the fact it can take nearly a month between reviews, it's just not on, in my humble opinion, and it's something I will be improving upon going forward. Now, to help me do that, I am deciding to do some reviews and record them in advance, so I've always got something in the pipeline coming along. Granted, when it comes to doing, say, the time shift or any other random editorial reviews, there may be a little bit of a continuity clash, because in the video review it could have been recorded a month before it and I might have really short hair, whereas in the editorial thing it may be I might have long hair, but that doesn't matter. So long as I have something in the pipeline, that is what counts. Now, another way to help me improve upon this is that I've actually gone out and bought my films in advance. I have gone to all kinds of discount retailers in the area and acquired a motley crew of film reviews. This isn't the totality of the films that I'm going to be reviewing, but it's just a handful of them. I of course will be looking around, doing my research as the year goes on to find other terribly weird and obscure movies to review, and these are just a handful that I've already found. Movies including Kindergarten Ninja, Double Dragon, and a movie called Monster, which it was only when I got home that I realised it was a movie by The Asylum. And I'm kind of regretting buying that, even though it only cost me £1. So yeah, that's how I'm going to improve doing my video reviews as number 1, to make them more frequent and more... And I've just dropped the DVDs all over. To make them more frequent and more frequent is to do more of them quicker, record them in advance, and also buy them well in advance, so I can do reviews and such things. Probably move on now because I think I've actually smashed the Last Patrol DVD. Oh dear. The second area that I hope to improve upon is to review more recent releases. Now, this one is pretty much exactly as it says on the tin. At the moment, the films I tend to review are fairly old and fairly obscure. There's nothing wrong with either of these qualities for films, it's just that, well, seeing as I've seen quite a lot of great movies that have been released in 2014 and not actually reviewed them, it's something they can definitely improve upon, especially seeing as I do film reviews on Preston FM, so you know, the two of them, me doing this on YouTube and me doing it on the radio, should really mash together that little bit more, and that's pretty much what I'm going to try and improve upon in the new year. And they'll be done in a similar way to the Nativity 3 review, which will be a quick plot synopsis and just my brief thoughts on the movie. Nothing quite as in-depth as we get with some of the other film reviews that I do, but just something short and snappy so that you can quickly watch it in about 5-10 minutes, 10 probably at most, and just get a basic idea whether or not it's worth you watching it. It's not going to be full of the wacky, nonsensical clips that I tend to have. It's just what it is, just a short, sweet review that you can watch, deliberate upon, and decide whether or not you're going to see that movie. And of course I probably will include some just raw audio from the film reviews that I do on Preston FM anyway, once of course I've got that sorted out, but that's something for me to do in the meantime. Now it's time to move upon my final area for improvement in the new year. And the final area for improvement in my Reviewers Resolution is to well, just have fun with it. Now that might seem like a very odd thing for me to say, bearing in mind that if I didn't enjoy doing these videos then I wouldn't do them at all, and I do enjoy them. I am a performer at heart. I'm someone who has spent the past 7 years studying theatre, attending live events, doing performance art, stand-up comedy, being in short films. I enjoy performance in all forms, whether it is on the radio or here on YouTube. And me just doing this short video is going to fill me with such energy and a buzz. I'm going to be still buzzing about this till about 10, 11 o'clock at night. But I have to say, in wholehearted honesty, I do take my reviews a little bit too seriously at times, particularly in the writing side of things. Often I can write these very overly complicated phrases and little segments which they have to be done perfectly right, because otherwise the rest of the review kind of falls apart. There was a sequence when doing the Total Reality review in which I changed a part of one of the sentences inadvertently whilst I was recording it, and it meant that I had to re-record the second half of the review to just make up a little intro bit, just totally off the fly, which ruined everything else thereafter, which drove me angry and made me rage-filled, which I'm not a very angry kind of person. It takes quite a lot to get me genuinely angry, but doing these reviews does me needlessly at the best of times, making me swear and swing my fists in anger, which isn't a good look, to be honest with you. And if I took it a little bit easier and enjoyed it a little bit more, maybe that wouldn't be the case. Now, needless to say, a way for me to improve upon this is to just review the movies in a little bit of a more relaxed and enjoyable way. If I am going to go into detail on stuff, make it easy to digest, both for you, the viewer, but also myself as the performer. Now, I'm going to say that one of the things I do to try and differentiate myself from other reviewers, both on YouTube and also on the radio, is to go into more detail on certain subjects. And that's something I am going to keep doing, and it's not something I'm just going to throw away, but I'm just going to do it in a slightly different way. Make it in a way which is easy for me to remember, but also easy for you to take in. It does annoy me that there are quite a few reviewers whose reviews never really extend much further than "it's shit" or "I give this movie 5 stars" or whatever. I try to go into a little bit more detail so that you, the audience member, can understand what are the failures and the triumphs of the movie and how exactly they came to that conclusion. I am a performer, like I just said, so I have a greater understanding of the performative process from the acting point of view. So I like to try and use that expertise in a way which I hope can give you a little bit more insight into it. I'm not saying a professional or I'm an expert or anything, but if I have that expertise, I'm going to bloody well use it. And of course, to write a few more jokes into it. I do enjoy my little jokes and my little wacky asides that I have in some of the reviews, even if they are a pain in the ass to edit and put together sometimes. It seems to be whenever I do the flip the frog joke that it always ruins the video, causing the machine to crash, which maybe some kind of a hint that what I've unleashed is something a little more dark and sinister. Ooh, creepy. But anyway, let's just, I don't know, move into some kind of an overview, I suppose. I don't honestly know why I'm going for an overview right here, right now, but it makes sense in my mind. Maybe because I'm so used to doing the time shift, but, you know, whatever. But just to summarise, the 3 areas I'm planning to improve upon in the new year are to review more frequently, to review more recent releases, and to have fun with it. That is the crucial one. That is the big one, and that is the one which I'm going to do my damnedest to try and achieve. Because it's fun for me, it's probably going to be fun for you. Maybe. Bearing in mind that people that made Horror Bosses 2 seem to have more fun making it than anyone in the cinema that I was watching it with may well prove that that isn't always the case, or something. I don't honestly know. I'm waffling right now, so nothing else for me to say other than to say thank you for watching this video. If you have anything to say, comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a happy new year and all the best for 2015. Thank you and goodbye.